What's good, everybody? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again with another one. So, let's go here. Let's check this out. Real talk. I found a little something, just want to see what this is about, hopefully, it's some good shits and giggles on this motherfucker. Okay, we got court watchers in the house, shout out to them. Real talk, you know what I'm saying? Police officer's baby mama says she is incapable of working and wants child support. Let's go, So, okay, we about to go here. Let's dive in. Oh, first of all, shout out to all my subscribers. Real talk, if you're new here, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button at all times. Oh, even the bell. Thank you so much, and let's go.
On the outside.
So in the last 3 months, how many times have you seen your son?
Once for approximately 10 minutes.
In 3 months?
Yes, sir. I did. I wasn't able to hold him. I wasn't able to do anything. She stood there and she held him with the police there, and I was only able to rub his foot and try to talk to him.
When I would ask for help with our son, he claimed he had to go to work, which is valid, but even on his off days, he would take extra jobs. I was pretty much taking care of our son most of the time by myself, feeding, cleaning, and also doing other household things because I didn't have a job, and I still don't have a job, being that I have no way to pay for childcare, and I asked for help, and that wasn't available to him. He said he couldn't afford it, but yet he's been able to afford vacations this year.
Objection, narrative.
That's sustained. Miss Castaigne, you're under oath. I need to ask you, did you do anything in the last 90 days to prohibit Mr. Cost from spending time with Jace?
I just asked my attorney what I should do.
Your attorney? You have an attorney? Are you trying to tell me, Ms. Castaigne, that someone from the AG's office told you that you should not allow Mr. Cost to spend time with his son?
They told me I didn't have to open the door because
All right.
Because of the manner he was coming in.
Okay.
He came unannounced. Well, he texted, but he was here unannounced. And I had to call the police because we were not on good terms.
Objection, narrative.
Sustained.
Now, do you have any objection to him visiting with Jace?
No, the problem was I don't feel safe in his presence.
Okay. Do you have any problem with him?
Okay, this has got to be bullshit here. This has got to be bullshit. Let's just go here right now. Now, out of all this magnificent wordplay we just heard, gallivanting around the upon the screen and stuff, Of course, it seems like certain things got left out, The full story is not happening because, they clicking off and moving on to other scenes. So, but from what I'm gathering so far here is that, obviously, yes, of course, the young lady here is keeping the police officer away from his child, basically. She don't want to do no act right. She don't want to get no act right. She ain't trying to get no understanding.
What the French toast is there to think about?
She's maneuvering around, don't want him to see the kid, and then wondering why, he may be getting a little frustrated, basically. I mean, let's just keep this shit real. So she feels, he shows little signs of frustration. It's like, you getting on my damn nerves, bitch. You know what I'm saying? For real though. You getting on my nerves, bitch. And let's keep going. Yeah.
Taking Jace with him and visiting him at his home?
Yes.
And what is your reason for not wanting him to visit with him in his own home?
Well, he doesn't live by himself anymore. He's in a completely new relationship, and I don't know who that person is.
Since you don't know, or do you have any specific reasons to know whether or not she would have cause any harm to Jace?
I just don't know that person, and also he's a police officer, and he's like to leave guns and weapons around.
Always remember, Miss Castan, no matter what you think.
Okay, hold on. He's a police officer and he has weapons around and stuff like that. Okay, obviously this child is, at this particular time, I don't know when this was filmed, obviously, the child is a young child, So, I mean, he's a police officer. I'm pretty sure he's not leaving his guns lying around. He's a trained police officer. I'm pretty sure he's not leaving his weapons, definitely his duty weapon, just laying around. Okay.
I think it's not about your comfort.
Well, I'm thinking of Jace.
Okay, but you said it's about your comfort, and it's not about your comfort. It's about Jace's comfort.
Someone has to speak for Jace.
No, ma'am. That's where you're wrong. That's my job.
Okay.
Now, the state of Texas pays me to make sure that I do things that what I think are in the best interest of the child. That's me. So
Right.
The problem that I have, man, is through this testimony,
And that's how that
I'm not
shit
sure
works.
that I'm really getting to the bottom of what's going on here. But I'm gonna do the best I can. Okay.
Okay. Well, I'm asking for back child support because he's only given me $850 between the time of November and April.
But y'all lived together again from January, February, and March for those 3 months from January to March.
Yes.
Okay.
During that time, isn't it a fact that Mr. Cost paid the rent for the residents?
Yes.
You didn't contribute to the household at all, did you?
I paid for groceries and everything else that needed to be done for our son.
But Mr. Cost paid the rent, right?
Yes, he paid for rent.
Isn't it also true? Is it also true that he paid for your insurance, car insurance?
Yes.
And there were direct payments of maybe upwards of $1,200 or more dollars.
I don't know how much money. I don't have that information.
But there were direct payments made to you, correct?
Direct payments towards the apartment?
No, to you, where he would
No.
Zelle you. He never Zelled you any money? Sent you money by Zelle?
He Zelled me some money, but it wasn't $1,200. I don't know what you're talking about $1,200 for.
Okay, so he paid your car note. I'm sorry, your insurance. He paid the rent where you were living, and he made some direct payments through Zelle to you in some amount, right?
Yeah, a couple of dollars here and there.
Okay, and weren't there numerous instances where he asked you to be able to contribute to the child's well-being, and you denied him that opportunity, correct?
No, that's not correct. He never asked me to contribute to my son's well-being when I was paying for everything that he needed. My entire family has supported him since he was born. His family has not.
He never offered to pay.
Hold up. Let me tell you something right now. And this the God's honest truth, people. And we gonna get into what she just said right there. You know what I'm saying? Her family has supported the baby since the baby got here. His family has not. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. It's not even up. Both sets of the family don't have to support not 1 ounce of that child. You two do. You do and he does. It's not your family's job to support the child. It's not his family's job to support the child. It's both you dingbats' fault.
What the French toast is there to think about?
To support the child. That's how this works. Now, if your family helps, of course, that's always a beautiful thing. Yes, you wish. Yes, so family is supposed to help. I mean, in all morality, yes. But the big picture of it is, it's you two that are supposed to support the child. It's you and his job to support that baby. Okay? Not anybody else's.
buy diapers and
No,
texted you about
no,
asking you what your son needed?
no, because my family supplied all those diapers and wipes when he was born. So we were good for at least those 3 months.
Now, you testified earlier that Mr. Cost you felt unsafe with him being around your son. Now, during the time, 2 different times you lived with him, wasn't he a caretaker or caregiver also?
He barely watched him. There was days that I didn't even sleep. That I was taking care of my son.
Did you ever leave Mr. Cost alone with you guys' son?
Yes, several times he would, when he's the baby is like 2 or 3 months, he can't really move. So if I needed to take a shower, he would play the video game while the baby's in a rocker.
So you never left Mr. Cost at home with Jace?
Not
Even
for
go to the grocery store or shopping?
Not for a whole day.
But for several hours though, right?
For a couple hours, yes.
On numerous occasions, correct?
Yes.
So why is it that you feel unsafe that with Mr. Cost being around your son, not wanting him to take Jace away when you left him alone with him with the same circumstances?
The start of me feeling unsafe was when I moved back in with him back in January. I started to feel him being manipulative, him asking me to sign a contract that would say he would pay me $500 a month instead of doing child support. Also, him threatening me for 3 days to kick me out instead of trying to work something out as adults, so we both could financially.
Did you see the look in his eyes? You see how bright his eyes got? She was like, what, bitch? He like, what? Man, stop. You can't make this shit up.
Take care of our son on good terms instead of this whole situation that is now occurring now.
Do you think it's important for a child to have interaction with both parents?
It's very important, but he also wasn't thinking about that once he kicked us out.
Objection, non-responsive.
Hold up. I'm gonna be honest with you on that one. Real talk. The man never kicks the child out. He never kicks the child out. The child can stay. You got to go. Real talk. I'm just being honest with you. The child can stay though. For real. The man would prefer the child to stay.
Now you kept your Jace away from his father for months at a time. Isn't that correct?
Only like 2 months at the most.
2 months. How would you feel if you were deprived of seeing your son for 2 months?
I would not feel great.
You wouldn't like that, would you?
No.
Isn't the fact that you were so uncooperative that Mr. Cost had to seek assistance from the police to see his son? Isn't that correct?
That was the time he came.
Yes or no? Yes or no? Is that correct?
Yes, he came unannounced.
On how many occasions did he have to seek assistance from the police?
Once.
Now, did you allow him to see his son at that point?
No, because he came unannounced.
He did not attempt to text you on numerous occasions?
That morning, he did not call or text, so he came unannounced to a property that he's not allowed on.
He didn't know he was coming?
No, I did not know.
Isn't the bottom line that you're angry that you guys are no longer together, and that's why you keeping his son away from him?
No, I.
Hey. Wow. Okay, so Officer Cross over here, you know what I'm saying?
And what the French toast is there to think about?
He didn't want to deal with this dingbat no more. That's what was going on. He didn't want to deal with this dingbat no more. Whatever she got going on, man, I'm sorry. I know you like to think that your shit don't stink, but the roses smell like boo-boo. Let's go.
I'm feeling unsafe around him because he's manipulative.
Okay. Pass this witness, Judge.
You're a witness, Miss Overstreet.
Who do you currently work for?
Houston Police Department.
And your attorney had sent over some paycheck stubs.
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to ask the court to enter into evidence the paycheck stubs. I think
What's the title of the document, Miss Overstreet?
let me find it. I think it says pay statement.
No objection.
Yes, it does. It says pay statement.
Is this the document you're asking me to review?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Castine, the state is asking me to look at the wage information that's been provided by Mr. Koss. Is it okay if I look at this information?
Yes.
State's Exhibit A? B. State's Exhibit B is admitted in evidence.
Your Honor, and the very last paycheck on there shows his year-to-date. And if there's no objection, I have actually looked at all this and calculated. And if there's no objection, I'd just like to do a summary of the evidence of what it says.
No objection.
Does Miss Chastain, do you have any objection?
She's calculated the child support, Ms. Castaigne, based on some information from the wage information that Mr. Koss has provided. Ms. Overstreet is asking if it's okay if she summarizes those calculations to me.
No objection.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Overstreet.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, his year-to-date gross was $31,970.07 as of May 22nd of this year. His monthly average is $6,394.01. The cost of insurance for the child is $227.70. The cost, oh shoot, it just shut down on me. The cost of dental added into that is a total cost from insurance and dental is $251.28. His union dues a month are approximately $70.89. His net resources after taxes withheld of $1,293.15 is $6,394.04. So the calculated guideline amount of child support was $955.74 a month.
That was giving him credit for all of the insurance and dental?
Yes, and the union dues as well.
Union dues? How much was the number again?
$955.74.
965 or 955?
55.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Any other summaries, Miss Overstreet?
No, Your Honor. I had been able to send that to Mr. Cole, and I believe that he agreed.
Ms. Overstreet, Mr. Koss is on the witness stand. Do you have any questions for Mr. Koss?
Yes, I do. Mr. Koss, how long have you worked for the Houston Police Department?
I believe about a year and 7 months.
Okay. And has your salary been about the same the entire time you worked there?
No, ma'am. When I started the initial, 6, 7, 8, 9 months, the salary is $1,200. And then once you get off probation, then it goes up to $1,600. That's biweekly.
Okay. And during that time frame, would your union dues have been a little less? Are they based on your salary, or is it just the same?
I believe it's the same. So it's the same for the first 6 months out of the 9 that I said. It doesn't start. There are no union fees. And then after that, I believe the first 4 months, because it's while you're in the academy. And then on month 5, the union fees start, and then on to 5 to 9. The union fees are the same.
Okay. Now, was your son on the insurance during that time, or is he on the insurance yet?
No, ma'am. So, he's not on the insurance yet. At the date of enrollment, when I tried to get the information to place him on the insurance, Jasmine would not respond, so I could place him onto the insurance.
Okay.
So I was told that we would be able to do that now.
Okay. Your Honor, I have nothing further of Mr. Cost. That's the witness.
Your witness, Mr. Cole.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Cost, you heard Ms. Castaigne's testimony describing you as careless with your weapons. Was that an accurate depiction of your behavior around your son?
No, sir, not at all. All of my weapons are cared and managed in the way that I've been taught, in a way that is no hazard, no danger to a child. I will say that what she's discussing is the weapon was in a case, in a locked case against the wall. Jace was drawn to it in his walker. Once he was drawn to it, I moved the weapon to a secure location.
Okay, but it was in a locked setting.
Absolutely. No ammunition near it, in it, even in the house. The ammunition was kept in my vehicle.
Now, during the two different times, two occasions that you and Miss Castaigne lived together, did you support your son? Did you support your son?
Yes, sir.
Did you pay the rent where he was residing?
Yes, sir, I did.
And you also you paid for Miss Castaigne's car insurance?
Correct.
Maybe about 9 payments or so?
Yes, sir. There was payments of insurance. There was cash on hand that she was able to use and access at any time if she needed it, if Jace needed things while I was at work as well.
About how much do you think you gave her in direct payments through Zelle or whatever other means you may have used?
Anywhere ranging.
Hey, real talk on one thing, though, you got to watch that cash on hand because that shit can't be tracked. That shit can't be tracked. You give your girl cash on hand, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, without making a sign for it, you know, real talk, that shit cannot be tracked. Now, I'm going to tell you something, real talk. When me and my child's mother, you know, we did our initial split and stuff like that. So, you know, of course, I went to immediate, I can't trust this bitch mode.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
That shit just clicked on, for real though. So anytime she came to pick up diapers, anything that I got for my child, I went out and bought a receipt book. I had her sign it, I had other witnesses sign it, and things like that, and I kept those receipts. So we end up actually having to go to court. You know, let's just keep it true. Because she kept playing around. You know what I'm saying? Didn't want to let me see my child, or didn't want, you know, I got to come sit up over that house where they at to see my child, but I got my family too, my mom and everybody want to see the child, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, yeah. So she kept wanting to play these games. So at the end of the day, you know, we go to court, stuff like that, and yeah. You know, we get the test done, everything come back, everything, you know, is everything, yeah, you know, of course I am the pops, this and that, whoop. And so, you know, I had all my receipts from, you know what I'm saying, basically day one of our separation of, you know what I'm saying, not being together and stuff, you know, and yeah, we sitting up in court, I'm presenting all this evidence, I'm piling it on. I'm talking about I'm Mount Rushmore and the shit out of this bitch up in this goddamn courtroom. Let's just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I'm Mount Rushmore in her ass and shit. They just looked at her and looked at what I was doing and this and that. And then of course they judged by how much I was making on my actual job at the point. And they was like, well, ma'am, ain't no way we could do such and such and such and such. Man, they set the rate. It was ridiculous. She was hot. She was hot, and I got 50-50 custody on top of that. You know what I'm saying? She was hot.
Between 800 to 1200, somewhere in there.
In addition to the other things you mentioned.
Yes, sir, correct. I'm sorry,
go ahead.
I did also, and there is text messages to back this, have asked on many occasions whether she needed additional money, whether it was diapers, whether it was whatever he needed to just request those things from me.
And what was her response?
There was no response. And many times I had to fight just to get the address for her to send, so I could send Jace's clothing. I purchased him clothing and diapers at one point. I asked for maybe days before she would actually give me the address. She told me to use my cop means to find it, which is illegal. She told me to figure it out. And then finally she was able to give me the address and I was able to send him that. That was the only instance where she actually responded to me. Other than that, she never asked.
Have you used your position as a police officer to intimidate Miss Castaigne?
No, sir. Not by any means. Every time that the second time that I came to the house that I brought the police with me was so she could feel safe. It was not a form of intimidation.
How many times did you request assistance from the police to see your son?
Only that one additional time. Based on her reaction and how upset she got, I didn't come back anymore. She denied me that time, and she made it very clear that she did not want me to come back. I would not be seeing him.
So in the last 3 months, how many times have you seen your son?
Once, for approximately 10 minutes.
In 3 months?
Yes, sir. I did. I wasn't able to hold him. I wasn't able to do anything. She stood there and she held him with the police there, and I was only able to rub his foot and try to talk to him.
Okay. Is there a particular reason why you haven't been able to see your son?
She wouldn't allow it. She would refuse. I offered to meet her. I offered to drive to her. I offered to bring police if she felt unsafe. Her mom asked me to leave my weapon at home because they felt that they were unsafe. I left my weapon in the car. I did as much as I could to just make it easy for them to allow me to see him, just be around.
And that's how it's going down, baby.
What the French toast is there to think about?
You know, when you get yourself in these situations with these women out here, man, and you know, when they do go sideways, they go sideways all the fucking way. And that's just the truth on that matter. But yeah, though, I thought we'd check this out real quick, you know what I'm saying? Court Watchers, Real Talk, shout out to them. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my subscribers. Please like, share, hit the, you know what I'm saying, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit all that, and that bell. You know, Real Talk. And like I always say about this time, that, my friends, is the bottom line.
Said to myself, this is the business we've chosen. I didn't ask who gave the order, because it had nothing to do with business.